They keep removing my page because I keep connecting dots, man. Alright, so check this out. King James does a spiraling dunk, set the world on fire. LA now got a ring of fire going around, crazy, right? Ron's got this whole sewage leakage and stuff going on. But look, this King James, King James Bible, metaphorically speaking, right, is all relation to Saturn. Saturn has rings of fire going around it. That's not just, you know what I'm saying, something around. Those are rings of fire. It's rings of fire inside the King James book. That's talking about Saturn. Saturn is Satan. Satan and Saturn. That's a whole planet organism. With that being a planet organism, it's teaching people which light they are following. With the light that they are following, this is nothing against anything that James is doing, but it's saying listen to the messages that's going on. This is a whole picture going on around here. He does a ring, he does a spiraling dunk. The fire happens, like, yo, I'm not excited about this, but I'm just telling y'all, it's something going on. We are in a story. We still are in a storybook. You see what I'm saying? I'm not making this up. Ring of Fire tightens around Los Angeles as Hollywood's heels burn. I was telling people Drake mean dragon in etymology. Once him and Kendrick beef started, that's what the trumpets was. Like everybody in the world started listening to this different stuff that's going around about Drake and Kendrick, and they didn't know it was voodoo and hoodoo going on in the stories. Not only is it voodoo and hoodoo, Future, Pluto, that's the one that's talking about the shadow realm. The shadow realm, Pluto, controlled by Hades. Hades, the one that stops the winter. So when it goes from spring to when it goes from fall to spring, that means he entered the atmosphere. When he enters the atmosphere, the traumatic things happen. Everybody's senses is getting heightened because these planets are all gods. Saturn is the 8. That's the one that makes people do reoccurring things for infinity loop. Jupiter is Jesus, Zeus. That's the one that has the storms, the one that controls the weather. Neptune is the sea. Poseidon, the one that controls the snakes, the one that also controls the water, the belly of a woman. Anything with water, the reason why we gotta fast, the tune into things. You know what I'm saying? Mercury, the small planet, that's the blood drops, the ones that sends the messages. That's the messenger, the closest one to the sun of God. Son of God is watching over us. Jupiter became the last watcher, is Jesus. All right, also, you got what other planets out there? Venus, that's Lucifer. That's the one that is the stole the light of the sun because of how it's a ball of flame. Also, that's Aphrodite. These are all things the Greeks was telling us about. The 12 zodiacs are actually 13, with the 13 the 28 cycle from the moon. The earth is a goddess. It was called Tiara, it was called goddess, but it's a planet organism that be moving, and we've been found this out because you're supposed to take care of the earth. That was Jesus' main message before he left. His message was stolen because they had infiltrators inside the book. Some people was writing about what was going on, the situation, how to get out of it, and some people was writing about him when he asked them not to write about him. That's why he was talking to Peter like that. Mars, the Rams, the Curse of the Wrath, the Aries. That's the also the son of Jupiter. Like that's a child that all this stuff connect, man. It all connect. Like all of it connect. So they was in school telling us about the world monkeys, all this stuff, but that wasn't in the book that told all the information for a history of time, letting people know that Asian, Africans, mixed races, like all that is inside of the book. Etymology is original origin. Every word has a source. Not only does it have a source that came from an idea, with that coming from an idea, it came from a genetic. With that coming from a genetic, it's passed down messages in everyone. So like learning self is how you find the messages within to know who created the spirit of who we are and who is like you know what I'm saying, sending us information. because it's coming from above as we are below. Like it's all. Did I miss any planets? Which planet did I miss? Uranus. Uranus is heaven gates. That's also a planet. You know what I'm saying? These are also chakra levels. With them being chakra levels, it's the realms in mind. So in order to get to communicating with those planets, they tell you what happened before time and after time, because you can look all this stuff up. The internet is an information highway. With it being an information highway, you search to get your neuron passages aligned. The neuron passages in the brain. Then it hits the osmosis. That's the subconscious. That's Moses, the one that was splitting the brain waves up by dividing the tribes. I can tell you that whole book though, like, cause it's all comes from the sacrifice of the ram. Like when they was about to sacrifice Isaac, he switched it to a ram. Isaac ended up having a son Jacob that ended up getting the land, turned his name to Israel. Then he actually stole the land from Ezra. With him stealing from Ezra, he still had it though. Him having it, then he had his kids. His kids had which one? One of them married to Leah, or was it the one Leah? Jacob was the one that had 12 kids afterwards. And with Jacob having 12 kids, they end up splitting. Oh man, it's a long story. No. I gotta go back. I gotta go back and read some of it. But one of them had 12 kids, and with the 12 kids, they sold one to slavery. There might have been Isaac. No, Isaac had the twins. So Abraham had Isaac. If somebody know which one had 12 kids and sold the youngest one to slavery, let me know. Because the youngest one got sold to slavery. The one that got sold to slavery ended up taking over the land. When him taking over the land, I feel like that's the one that would have created Jacob. Because Jacob ladder is the coat. And then also James, Jesus' little brother, was speaking about Jacob ladder because that's the DNA. That's the rope that tells people about who they descended from. And Jesus' little brother James was also telling people, hey man, it's people down here cursing each other with their gods. Like they living in hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is saying, oh, my God wouldn't allow this, my God wouldn't allow that. God shouldn't do that. That ain't when godly. That ain't. Because can't nobody speak for God. God is an eternal being watching over everybody and left with peace and a spirit in everybody. Adam cell, which is the light in everybody. So all of us was in one body, got split down into all these different cells and people, and then we judge each other so much over what we don't have. And America they got everybody in contracts. So when they say you got mental illness or mental health issues, it's normally because somebody is stressed over contracts, over words, over things they was told, over promises that's not kept, over having to pay out things, over debt that ain't in the area, but it's online, so it's stuck in their mind too. So, like all that stress, you like, man, I gotta pay this, man, I gotta buy this, man, I gotta pay for this, I gotta owe this, owe this, owe this, owe this, owe this, owe this, owe this. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You feel me? So remember that. Dance like King David Ruffin. Fight them temptations. Anxiety and trauma, kill that off.